Cruise ships are real floating cities, impressive in their size and luxury. But even with giants like these, unexpected situations sometimes happen, sometimes funny, and sometimes dramatic. In this video, I have put together a selection of the most interesting moments involving cruise ships. Enjoy watching. It seems that nature decided to throw a foam party.
I might have gotten a little cray-cray on the bubble bath because it is all over our balcony. It looks like snow, or actually no, whipped cream. I'm gonna call it whipped cream. Look, I don't know if they know that it's getting so all over the place.
The passengers of this vessel probably had no idea that their ticket included a roller coaster attraction right on board. A whole crowd of people watched as the captain of the passenger boat, having gone off course, crashed into a bridge. This was supposed to be a quiet dinner on the ship, but the captain who turned the vessel ruined all the plans. People watched with excitement as a large ship came dangerously close to the beach, but soon they realized that they needed to run away quickly. On June 2nd, 2019, the cruise ship MSC Opera lost control while approaching the port of Venice, moving along the Giudecca Canal. Two tugboats tried to stop the vessel with cables, but the cables snapped. As a result, the liner crashed into the San Basilio pier and a sightseeing vessel. 5 people were injured and received minor injuries. Anything can happen on cruise ships. The passengers were very lucky that none of them ended up where the glass fell.
That would have just hit us.
Sea vessels, like other types of passenger transport, depart at the scheduled time, so passengers should plan their time in advance and avoid being late so they do not end up in the same situation as this woman.
Not to laugh at them, but you know.
I'm sorry!
It's 2:30. You're supposed to be back at 1:30.
This video perfectly demonstrates the kind of rolling you will have to face if you decide to travel on a cruise ship.
No, switch off the line.
I think the tourists were not ready to meet waves like these, but at least they managed to be both on the water and under the water. Thanks to these shots, you have the opportunity to see how many mechanisms and systems are responsible for the movement of a large vessel. The designers of the captain's bridge on the cruise ship tried so hard that now it looks like a gamer's playroom. Kitchen staff on ships always need to stay alert because at any moment dishes may start falling by themselves and furniture may behave as if ghosts are moving it. These shots perfectly demonstrate what mistakes by captains of large vessels can lead to. It looks like this day became the last in the history of this tugboat. It may seem to you that these people had too much to drink at the bar, but in fact it was just the ships rolling.
We're all walking exactly the same, in the same line.
This video could become an excellent advertisement for cruise ship tours.
Scaredy cat. Oh my god.
I know, right?
Here we are. Here's Scaredy. And of course, everybody's got to get this. Yeah. See? Not so bad, is it?
This path was created especially for those who do not get enough thrills from big waves. The rough sea did not manage to ruin the vacation for the passengers of this ship, but not everyone was ready to get soaked from head to toe. So many of them preferred not to go out onto the deck. It would seem that there is nothing easier than putting out a fire on a ship because there is so much water around, but the captain of this vessel preferred to wait for rescuers.
Jeez. That's not friggin' good.
One of the cruise ship passengers required urgent hospitalization, so a helicopter with medical personnel was sent for that purpose. In severe bad weather, captains are practically powerless and unable to do anything to avoid a collision with another vessel.
I don't know what's happening. It's still moving though. It hasn't stopped yet.
A ship journey during a storm can turn into a real amusement ride. Only some people will be thrilled while watching the huge waves, while others will hide in their cabins and pray for it to end as soon as possible. Sometimes captains' mistakes can still be corrected, but in this situation, no one did anything, and the ship still crashed into the pier. In August 2024, in honor of the 20th anniversary of service of the Queen Mary, two-liner, the Port of Hamburg arranged a special congratulations. The melody "Happy Birthday to You" was played with the help of the ship's horn. This unusual musical signal became the most memorable moment of the celebration. Nature decided to check how well this vessel was moored, and it failed the wind test. The wind was so strong that it easily tore the mooring lines from this vessel. Even dropping the anchor did not help prevent the accident. Sailors sometimes share footage demonstrating the full power of the sea. It must be said that watching waves like these is frightening, even through a screen. Navigation systems greatly simplify the work of ship captains. In conditions of almost zero visibility, for example when passing through thick fog, traditional methods of orientation become useless. Modern technologies make it possible to accurately determine the position of the vessel, track its course, and avoid obstacles. No one expected this vessel to have to leave the dock ahead of time. Mooring one vessel to another is a complex operation that sometimes ends in a collision. Even a small inaccuracy in the maneuver during approach can lead to hull damage. During strong wind, you can ride waves even in the pool on board a cruise ship.
Oh my gosh.
The passengers were afraid that the vessel would not pass under the bridge, but as it turned out, they were worried for nothing, and there was quite enough height clearance.
And so many people, 11 o'clock, Everybody paid money to have a night, quiet night, okay? If it's not going to be quiet right away, I'm calling to security.
Unfortunately, troublemakers can be found anywhere, even on board a cruise ship. The captain of this vessel was lucky that real professionals were waiting for him on the pier, people who were not afraid of high waves or strong wind.
Yeah, it is.
Powerful winds, typical of the Alaskan coast, often create serious difficulties for ships trying to enter a port and moor safely. The wind can push away or turn even such huge vessels at the most critical moment. Tourists were surprised to see a large brown patch in the middle of the clear ocean. At first, they were confused and began guessing what it could be: pollution, an unusual natural phenomenon, or something else. But it soon became clear that these were huge clusters of seaweed peacefully drifting across the water.
Looks nasty though. Thank you. Yo, what the hell? Ew. Ew, one dirty. Yeah? Nah, this is...
When the passengers of the cruise ship opened the cabin door, they saw that a whole flock of small birds was fluttering around the room. But how did they get inside? As it turned out, people had simply forgotten to close the balcony, and the curious birds climbed in.
You ain't scared of birds. He ain't scared of them.
Close his balcony. Close his balcony.
Kick the chair. Kick the chair.
I got you, baby. Oh, shit, baby. You better hurry up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Man, that was my room. Goddamn.
Windows on sea vessels are very different from the glazing we are used to. They are made from multi-layer tempered glass and securely fixed in a reinforced metal structure. Such strength is needed to withstand powerful wave impacts during a storm. When a ship gets caught in a strong storm, nothing on board can stay in place, even if it is a heavy soda machine. That is why it is very important to secure any objects. On December 20th, 2019, two cruise ships, Carnival Glory and Carnival Legend, collided in the port of Cozumel, Mexico. The incident happened while Glory was maneuvering for mooring. As a result of the collision, part of one of the lower decks on Glory was damaged. According to the operating company, the cause of the incident was a sudden squall of wind that pushed the vessel.
Stay right here. Stay right here. Don't move.
The yacht captain misjudged how close he was to the enormous ship, but fortunately, nothing terrible happened. People who are not afraid of water found it fun and interesting to watch the high waves crashing against the ship. However, those who suffer from thalassophobia had no reason to laugh. Strong wind becomes a serious test even for the most experienced captains. Just imagine how upsetting it would be to miss your long-awaited cruise ship journey simply because you were late for the ship. Just imagine that you set off on a cruise ship journey, expecting to sunbathe by a warm pool, but instead your entertainment turned into a snowball fight. That is exactly the situation these people found themselves in. Very often, the cause of a collision between vessels is not a captain's mistake, but strong wind. During strong winds, the storm broke out not only at sea, but also in the swimming pool on board the ship. Some passengers on this ship had fun watching the waves rise in the pool, but the restaurant staff had no reason to laugh. Tourist ships often pass by this place, and seagulls have long learned to take advantage of the moment. As soon as someone shows food, the birds immediately fly up and skillfully snatch the treat in midair. People get positive emotions from feeding them, and the seagulls stay full. In the end, everyone benefits from this interaction. This man is a true professional in his field. He has learned how to cook in extremely uncomfortable conditions. Sometimes, even the most experienced captains cannot regain control of the situation, although they try very hard to do so.
The captain is trying all he can to keep the ship as steady as possible. Thank you once again for your understanding and cooperation.
On May 26, 2022, a fire broke out in the funnel area of the cruise ship Carnival Freedom in the port of Grand Turk. The fire was brought under control within half an hour, and fortunately no one was injured. Icon of the Seas did not get its name by accident. It is the largest cruise ship in the Caribbean, measuring 365 meters in length. The ship can accommodate more than 7,500 passengers on 20 decks, with 7 themed zones. On board, there is the largest water park at sea, a tropical area, a panoramic bar, and much more. These shots demonstrate the refueling process of a warship. This is exactly how strong wind feels when you are on a vessel. Steering a ship among ice floes is much more difficult than it seems. The captain of this vessel demonstrated the skill of mooring sideways. Being in the open sea during a thunderstorm is quite dangerous. The passengers watched anxiously as their vessel passed under the bridge, almost touching it. The captain of this vessel did not expect to encounter an obstacle in the form of two other small vessels, so he had no choice but to ram them. On July 22, 2024, the crew of the yacht belonging to Jobs' widow mistakenly left it on an anchor chain whose length was twice the allowed limit. This mistake, combined with strong wind, led to a collision with the vessel of Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas. It looks like this was one of the worst days in the history of this vessel.
Es geht unter.
Da ein Seil rüber, wo die sich dran können.
Although the captain of this vessel failed to avoid the collision, he was still lucky because the incident ended without serious consequences. The captain of a Brittany Ferries vessel gave witnesses the chance to watch him enter the dock in reverse. Some captains like to take risks and pass under bridges, but such actions do not always end successfully. This liner crashed into the pier, but did not receive any serious damage. That is what a real giant means.
We're just drinking and having a good time on the shore here in Jamaica.
In just a few seconds, the ship almost went underwater. But even situations like this do not scare experienced sailors.
For some reason, imagine that. Bring the cider.
No ship is insured against strong storms, which is why many people do not dare to travel by sea. On April 10, 2018, an incident involving the cruise ship MSC Harmonia occurred in the port of Roatan Island in the Caribbean Sea. Because of excessive speed, the command staff did not manage to stop the vessel in time. The liner passed the planned mooring spot and struck the pier. As a result of the incident, no one was injured, but damage to the pier and the ship's hull was recorded. Mooring lines reliably hold even huge ships, but in stormy weather, strong wind sometimes proves more powerful than they are. The ropes cannot withstand the load and snap, creating a threat to the safety of the vessel. These shots demonstrate the consequences of a ship colliding with a pier. This small boat was simply unlucky to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Launching a vessel into the water always looks very impressive, even if for a second it seems as if it is about to fall onto its side. What could be cooler than traveling on a huge cruise ship? Only a music and light show during a cruise ship journey. And that is all from me. If you like this video, do not forget to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thank you for your attention. See you soon. Bye.